Yo, what it do? What it do, Raider Nation, man. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you for tuning in to the Dirty Lunatic Show. Um, don't know where Loon is, but I'm assuming he'll be here at some point in time. Um, 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated. Um, it's not gonna be a long show. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be a long show. Maybe about an hour. You know what I mean? Shoot the shits for about an hour. And have some fun and talk some shit. I got a public service announcement, real quick, like you know what I mean. Real quick public service announcement. If anybody, and I do mean anybody that watches me and follows me, if you follow DJ Academics, unfollow me, please. Unsub to me, unfollow me, bro. I don't fuck with weirdos. I don't. So I'm on that train with everybody else that make content, that's fathers, you know what I mean? If you fuck with DJ Academics in any kind of way, don't fuck with me. Please. Leave. Just leave. I won't even be mad. I won't even know who unsubscribed. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. If you fuck with that dude, I'm good on you. We can't be friends. We got two different mind states. It's never gonna work. Um, with that being said, how is everybody, man? Hopefully you guys are doing good. I mean, let's get some shots out to the chat while we here. I see Laura Rashidas is in the building. What's good with you, man? Blessings. Wild Turkey. What's good with you? Dark. What's good with you, man? Joey. What's good? How you doing? Richard Lyon is in the building. What's good with you, Richard? James Furpo. What's good? Ja. What's good with you, Ja? He said, finally, someone don't F with that creep. Yeah, I don't like that dude, bro. I never have. You know, I always felt like something was weird about that dude, bro. I always just felt like something didn't sit right with me, you know what I mean, about him, bro. Maybe it might have been the way he, you know what I mean, gobbled on Drake's nuts. I don't know. I've only watched him like 3 times. You know what I mean? I've only seen his pod or his show like 3 fucking times, bro. I was just like, yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, hey, if you don't know him, you don't need to know him, man. Let's just say that, bro. Dude is a weirdo. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Dark. That dude's a weirdo, bro. You know what I mean? I'm yeah, nasty. 831 Raider, what's good with your mind? Salute to you. Blessings, bro. Hope all is well. You know what I mean? Shit, let me call this dude. Let me ask him where he at, man. He said yes. Well, no answer. Must have went to sleep. He went to sleep. Um, let me see. So I was watching some shit earlier, and I kind of wanna take a look at it, you know what I mean, and kind of watch it together. Let me see. Where is it? Right here. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was video I came across on the on Marshawn Lynch's podcast. You know what I mean, that he got with his homeboy Mike. You know, both former players for Pete Carroll. You know what I mean, at the Seahawks. And you know, they had a little snippet in their of their show that they wanted to highlight. So let's take a listen to it together.
Because I know Pete as being this dude that will not sit down in a football building at practice. He's always throwing a football. He got on his Air Pete's with the thick ass shoes. You know what I'm saying? How's his energy?
Oh. he had that big ass. He had the big ass soles on them shoes.
Real? Yeah.
And he had hella gum in his. He got a pocket full of gum, 2 pockets full of gum. I don't know. Is that all you use your pockets for? Is gum, my boy? That gum, but so his energy. I mean, his energy was solid though. But the thing is, you know, after I had came back, you know what I mean, for that playoff run with them, you feel me? I got to go holler with Blood and you know what I mean, chop game with him. And then when I came back, I realized something. I'm like, hey, dog, you still up and doing the same, bro? Because, you know, I got weird ass hours of operation. When I come in the building at 4:30 in the morning or something, go getting the sun or some crazy like that. And Cuz would be coming in at like 5. And remember, he just left probably at like maybe 12:30. Yeah, 1 maybe. And when he leaving out, he walking with that same bounce that you see him on the field. Hey, all right, now have a good night. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, we just had a whole day full of work after hours, and then you go home for about 10, 20 minutes and come back and you got the same energy. Hey, wait, like, you see I'm in here asleep, bro, trying to get some rest. And you come in here waking me up and so I asked dog, I'm like, hey, bro, what you on? I know you take something, bro. Tell me what you. Oh man, it's life. I'm just saying, yeah, let's go. We get to compete. And I'm like, oh yeah, this tweaking, bro. He off some. You feel me? But when I just seen him up at the Raider facility, it was the same dude, and bruh's like 79 or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
He still look in the cold part. He walking through the facility. Is there a ball around? Is there a ball around?
He wants to throw the football.
You know that. Throw the damn ball. Come on, go over there one time for it. Come on, let me get you one. Like, this OG be on some boy. But he, you know what I mean? He back in his element, bro. He back in his element. And I know one thing that will happen is, I mean, with how the Raiders been going for, you know what I mean, for a long time now, I know he'll bring in, if one thing, it will be a coaching.
Yep.
He will come and set down a foundation and a culture. And I'm not just talking about from the players. I'm talking about from the organization, the administrators. You know what I mean? He find a way to get fans rally behind them. You know what I mean? You bring in, you know what I mean, just about any and everybody who got influence to influence that culture. And probably the biggest thing that I heard him say that resonated with me was, when we have Raider games, I want our fans in there. Because when you go in that stadium, it's almost like a game away from home for them. Because it's always filled with the opposing team fans. So, yeah, I mean, if he be able to do that and then get, you know what I mean, some real Raiders rocking in that, yeah, don't change, man.
I'm glad you said that though, man, because you know, in recent memory, I'm not used to the Raiders having this type of a coach, because Pete is a culture builder. And I believe Pete has been such a great coach, at least as of late in his career, because he failed earlier in his career. Because he was a head coach, he was coach of the Jets before. He failed. His philosophy didn't work at that particular time. He reinvented himself in college at SC. He was a position coach. He's been a defensive coordinator in this league. He was a defensive coordinator for San Francisco 49ers years ago. He's called defense. He got to Seattle, won a Super Bowl. Like, he's done it all before. There's not going to be any football situations or business football or football business situations that this Raiders organization is going to encounter that Pete Carroll hadn't already mastered or come up against or had success against. So,
Mike, you know what? What you saying that, it just reminds. Do you remember we be at practice and this month, like, oh yeah, we got situational football, and this make up one of the craziest scenarios.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, we just got sacked. We take them right here, and then we gotta rush these guys out here. We gotta have these guys sitting right here on second standby, and you need this guy right here. And if he can't go, then you gotta be here ready to back up. And you
man, we just throw a touchdown in practice. Nope, sack, fumbled, quick change, defense got to run on. You're inside the 10. What you gonna do? Like, but how many times have we seen? And I'm just talking about in the last 2 years. I'm not gonna even think back long. Last 2 years, have we seen teams mess up situations like that?
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, it happens so often. And my thing is, his attention to detail like that is what I feel that the Raiders have been missing. But I mean, you because like you said, you see this in the league all the
time, bro.
You see the games being decided by, you feel me though, a decision of something pop up like, oh yeah, and then you hear like, yeah, we haven't seen that, this, that, and the third. This motherfucker not seen it. Like, he got like so Raven vision and looking to the future or something, like, oh yeah. Because I remember I used to be mad as when we used to have it, like, bro, that don't get. Then that shit happened in the very next game, like, man, how the fuck
because he didn't seen it before. He didn't been there before, bro. My thing is, why did it take Tom Brady having to be in the damn ownership group for something like this to happen? Because that's what it seems like. It seemed like Tom had a lot to do with, you know what I mean, the process of choosing a coach and the type of coach that came in there. And, like I said before, I just think getting a culture builder, not a first-year guy, not a guy that, when he did coach, didn't have any type of success, not one of these young guns that, supposed to be boy wonders and geniuses and all that. No, y'all got a proven commodity. And I say y'all, obviously he's played for the Raiders, but you got a proven commodity in Pete Carroll. I just hope he gets the quarterback position straight, because obviously you can't do much without that position.
You're right. So. Yeah, but I mean, if there's one thing I know about that old motherfucker, is he got a plan.
Yeah,
that's one thing I know. That's one thing I know. Even if I gotta go butt heads with this, he got a plan. And the cold thing about it is, his plan got a plan.
Yep.
So I seen how
he gonna develop you, bro. Like, he's going to create a culture where a player can come in and say, I don't have to be the finished version. Because, boy, I want no real fullback. Come on, dog.
Mike, you know what I wish we had back when we was playing?
Look, one of the things that I have been seeing, you know what I mean, is former players as well as former opponents of Pete Carroll come out and talk wonders about him. Mike pretty much hit it on the head when he was like, hey, look, you know what I mean? He gonna come out, he gonna do some things, you know what I mean? He gonna change the culture. The culture is gonna change. And look, and I think that's kind of one of the things that the Raiders need. They need a culture shock. You know what I mean? They need a culture change. Tom Brady is the reason why we're not operating like we operated, previous to him. The reason being, Mark knows how to run a business, but not a football. He's not a football guy. He's not. Look, I've said this before, and I like Mark Davis. I really do like Mark Davis. I think he's one of the nicest owners. When you meet him in person, bro, he's not an uppity type dude. Real laid back, real nice. Shake your hand, things of that nature. Take a picture with you if he has time. Look. So when I met Mark Davis, it was when we drafted Khalil Mack and Derek Carr. And that season they came down to where did they come to? They came down to the practice facility to see the Cowboys. To play the Cowboys, right? Practice against the Cowboys. And it was an open practice. You know what I mean? First, I think there was like the first 500 people there, could get in, and it was free. You know what I mean? So, me and my wife and my kids, we went down there. We went down there to see the players or whatnot. And afterwards, my wife, we went in 2 different cars. My wife took the kids home because they were getting tired. So I stayed a little bit longer, with one of the homies, and so we hung out. And then after practice and everything was over, the team hotel was not too far away, but across the street from the hotel was a In-N-Out, right? And so all the players and whatnot are coming out. They're going across the street to In-N-Out. Mark Davis comes out, people asking for autographs, whatnot. Hey, could you sign this? James Jones is a nice dude too. James Jones signed the same football. There was one guy there that doesn't really sign autographs, and I was able to get his autograph on that ball as well, and that's Charles Woodson. But back to what I was saying about Mark Davis. So Mark Davis was, people were asking for autographs. He's like, hey, look, I'm very hungry. I'm gonna go over here to In-N-Out. I'm gonna get something to eat. Whoever's still out here, when I come back, I'll sign for you. Take a picture and I'll sign for you. I was like, so we was like, all right, cool, right? No problem. Mark's a man of his word. When he finished eating that In-N-Out, he came right back over. If you had something to sign, he signed it. If you wanted to take a picture, he took a picture. Like real nice, humble, down to earth type dude. Some of these owners, they just be moving so fast, bro. They don't have no time for the fans. They can't even say hello, hi, how are you? You know what I mean? So I respect Mark Davis on that level. I also understand that Mark Davis is not a football guy. I don't remember Mark being around when his dad was running football. It's not like Jerry Jones and his sons, right? Which I honestly feel like, I know this ain't a Cowboy show, but I honestly feel like it's time for Jerry Jones to step down and let his sons run the team. Because I think he's doing the same thing to the Cowboys that Al Davis did to us. You know what I mean? He stayed in the game past his prime and past the slope of decline. You know what I mean? Now you're just driving your team into the ground. The way that he's running that team, he'll probably never see a Super Bowl. But I think if he let his sons run the team, I think they may be better. But I'm not here preaching for the Cowboys. I'm just noticing a trend. You know what I mean? I'm noticing what I saw in Al Davis. I'm starting to see in Jerry Jones. But bringing in a winner like Tom Brady, and not just Tom Brady. See, everybody keeps saying Tom Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady, right? I like the fact, Tom Brady, but Tom Brady has a team with him. He has a team of winners. I mean, when these guys invest in something, they don't just throw their money at whatever. They have winning pedigree. You know what I mean? They have a winning pedigree. Hey, look, I get it. You know what I mean? But there's a reason why he doesn't want to pay players. You know what I mean? There's a big reason why he doesn't want to pay players. I wasn't mad at him for being mad that his dad gave all that money to Dak Prescott. I don't feel like Dak Prescott is worth that amount of money. And neither does Stephen Jones. Just being honest. Just being honest. Some players don't deserve to get paid. They just don't. I would have definitely paid a CD Lamb, but I was not paying Dak Prescott. Just wasn't going to happen. So I'm with him on that. You know what I mean? Some players just don't deserve to get paid. If you tell me Ezekiel Elliott deserves a pay raise, you're smoking crack. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he said, yeah, I get you. The only one is his youngest 50-year. Hey, look, he got a daughter too. he got a daughter too that he don't associate with either. You know what I mean? I was reading up on that the other day. He said, yeah, well, look how Dak played this year, so he was right. Dak didn't play that well. You know what I mean? If you ask me, bro, Dak didn't play that well. And Dak got hurt. See, that's my other thing about Dak Prescott, bro. You know, a lot of people be like, oh, could he come here? Could he come here? Could he come here? No. Dak Prescott's not coming to the Raiders, bro. Not coming to the Raiders, bro. Tom Brady will not let that happen. He will not. He'll take a chance on a fourth round quarterback coming out of as a rookie, you know what I mean? Before he takes a chance on Dak Prescott, man. I'm just being honest. Yeah, Steven was right. I thought you meant Jerry Jones. I was like, nah, Steven was right. You know what I mean? But yeah, hey Joe, I seen who the Cowboys hired, bro. That's what I'm saying. Jerry Jones needs to let it go, bro. He needs to let it go. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I'd have took a chance on Coach Prime before I took a chance on man. I'm just saying, bro. I would have took a chance on Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? Like before I would have hired the guy they hired, bro. I'd have went with Deion. I'm with Michael Irvin on this one, bro. Sometimes you just got to know when it's time to give it up. You know what I mean? It's not like he's not gonna get paid. You know what I mean? I don't know where Lunatic is. I called him. I'm assuming he fell asleep or something. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows? If he pops up, he pops up. If not, shit happens. You know what I mean? I've done it. You know, I've done it where we were supposed to do a show and I didn't show up. I've done it because I fell asleep. I would have been here a little bit longer, like 2 hours, but I was on Ben's show and I left Ben's show because Lil Man woke up and threw up. So I had to go take care of that. So I don't want to be away from him for too long. You know, and make sure, you know, my little guy is good. But you know, just looking at the Raiders, man, you know, people also been talking about bringing in like a Russell Wilson. And honestly, I believe even though they may have like salvaged some type of relationship between, you know, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, I still feel like Pete would be like, nah, I'm good on Russ as a quarterback. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't even know if Pittsburgh is going to give up on him because, as they said, they got a decision to make. You know what I mean? Who are they going to keep? They're going to keep Russell Wilson and they're going to keep the other guy. You know? So I'm look, everybody's giving praise. This is the one time I'm not afraid to turn on ESPN and hear them talk about the Raiders because I'm hearing good things. You know what I mean? With the, for a minute, people were like, oh, yeah. And then it was like, well, you know what? If you think about it, if you really truly think about it, you know what I mean? Besides like Pete Carroll's like early career in the NFL, for his last go at it was a winning record. You know what I mean? So, like I said, he didn't get it right with the Jets. You know what I mean? He didn't get it right with the Patriots. Went to SC, revamped himself. You know what I mean? Did his thing. Then got the job in Seattle. Went over there, turned around that program. So yeah, the more and more it goes by, the days go by, and I see the moves that are being made. I'm cool with this. I just hope that he gets somebody to groom and take over because I just don't see him being here for 10 years. Three, okay, cool. I can see 3. You know what I mean? I can even maybe see 5, but I don't see 10. And I don't want to. And please, I'm knocking on wood. Please hear I'm knocking on wood, man. I don't want to bury a coach. You know what I mean? I don't want a coach to die in the middle of the season, bro. Like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? I don't want that at all. So, I mean, if he does 3 or 5, okay, cool. I don't see him doing 10, man. I don't see him being 83 years old still coaching, you know what I mean, the Raiders. I don't. Honestly, I don't. I don't care how much energy he got. 83 is 83. So, yeah, I know he got a 3-year with a 4th-year option. I could see 3, maybe 5 at the max. I could see 5 at the max. But honestly, bro, that's pushing it. I'm just being honest, bro. 78, 80 is pushing it. Well, Arnie Garza, he said, what is taking so long to hire an OC? Look, don't rush. Bro, don't rush. Be patient. Get it right. You know what I mean? Just be patient. Let's get it right. Every time we rush, we fuck up. Every time we rush, we fuck up. So I'm not in a hurry to just fill everything out. Look, the Pro Bowl is tomorrow. Yeah. Or was it today? Was the Pro Bowl today? I don't even know. I don't even remember, man. I think it's tomorrow. Ain't it tomorrow? Whatever. Who really? Look, the Super Bowl is next week. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So it is tomorrow. He said, "Bring back Abdullah to complete the run of Najee Harris." I could see Najee. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not trying to rush the process, man. I'm gonna let it develop. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let it develop. I'm gonna let it play out and see what happens. We got time. We got time, man. You know what I mean? Look, we rushed last year to hire an OC, and what did we end up with? You know what I mean? What did we end up with when we rushed last year, man? Because the guy that we wanted, it fell through, and then we just had to get somebody, so we rushed. You know what I mean? To get somebody, and look what happened. Look what happened. We ended up with a shit-ass offensive coordinator, man. You know what I mean? We ended up with Luke Getsy, bro. You know what I mean? So for me, let's not rush. Let's take our time. You know what I mean? Let's go out on a couple of dates. You know what I mean? It's like, look, we fresh off a divorce. You know what I mean? We fresh off a divorce. You're not gonna ask the first girl you go out with to marry you fresh off a divorce. You ain't gonna do it. You know what I mean? You're gonna date a couple of people. You're gonna see a couple of things. You know what I mean? She gonna make you holler for $1. She gonna fuck for $1. You know what I mean? Do a little something strange for a little piece of change. You know, so I'm just like, hey, look, interview 20 motherfuckers for the job, bro. I don't care. You know what I mean? Just whatever you do, get the right one. You know what I mean? Just get the right one. That's my thing. That's really my thing right there. We know the offensive coordinator from the Bills ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? He ain't going nowhere. There's some fresh offensive minds out there available. So I'm sure at some point in time we can get one of those. I'm not in no hurry. You know what I mean? He said they brought Johnson, QB coach from Texans, in for interview today. Your thoughts? Honestly, when you got a quarterback like what he had, I don't know how much of it is you. Because the quarterbacks, if you were the quarterback coach to the quarterbacks that was there before, they didn't really do much. They didn't really do much at all. So, you know what I mean? Like, he said, imagine Godwin, Lockett, and Myers wide receiver room next year. Chris Godwin? Tyler Lockett? Nah, I'm good. But I'll give you these names. Look, I'll replace those two with these two. Mike Evans and DK Metcalf. Now, those is two names I like right there. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit how old you tell me Mike Evans is. Mike Evans has not had a year in the NFL where he has received less than 1,000 yards. He's been 1,000-yard receiver every year of his fucking career. And he's probably got 2 or 3 years left in him. You know what I mean? He's probably got 2 or 3 years left in him. So, you know what I mean? You give me a Mike Evans and a motherfucking DJ Metcalf to go with Myers. Oh, now we talking. You know what I mean? Now we talking about an explosive offense. We talking about some people who can catch. You know what I mean? Nah, you ain't gonna have another DA situation like that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna have. Look, I'll tell you this right now. A lot of people are mad and disgruntled with Devontae Adams. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. That whole thing that went down wasn't on DA. He just took the brunt of it because it was a player leaving. But that had everything to do with the general manager and the offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you can't use Devontae Adams as a fucking decoy. I don't know if y'all were noticing that, man. But in a lot of the games that we played, we were using him as a fucking decoy. He was just going out there blocking and getting fucking hit for no fucking reason at all. That's not on, you know what I mean? Like, that's not him. And before you say, oh, well, you got to do what you got to do for the team. Nah, man. If that's not somebody's game style, bro, that's not what you ask of them to do. That's just not what you asked them to do. So, He said Mike Evans and Metcalf will not be traded or cut due to salary. Well, I think DK is a free agent this year. And if I'm not mistaken, Mike Evans might. You know what I mean? Yeah, Brady and Mike Evans are close. You know what I mean? He got Evans's ring. Now, if Brady could tell, hey man, look, I'll get you a ring over here in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? I get you a ring over here in Las Vegas. So I mean, let's just be honest, man. You know what I mean? You looking at Philly over there right now. You looking at the Commanders over there right now. Hey, Ja, there's ways around that though. There's ways around that, Ja. Just because DK's under contract for 2026 doesn't necessarily mean that that's where he gonna be. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily where he gonna be. So, you know, I'm just saying. Trades happen. And you can fandango with teams to make it fit your salary cap and things of that nature. They'll eat up a part of a contract long as they get something good in return. Hey, look, I'm good. Nah, see, Joey, what you do is you bring them over and then you draft you a top wide receiver in the draft, you know what I mean? And then you get your number one right there for years to come. And then he learns from greatness in front of him. You know what I mean? Then he gets the opportunity to learn from greatness in front of him, and there you have your number one for years to come. You know what I mean? Homegrown talent. You know, already spectacular coming out, even more spectacular with the tutelage in front of him. Just saying. And that's something Pete Carroll will do. I believe that's something Pete Carroll will do. I mean, you got to think about it. Pete Carroll has eye for talent, man. Because all them people that we talking about, not on the Bucks, but on the Seahawks, the Metcalfs, you know what I mean, and the Lockets, you know what I mean? Like, those were Pete Carroll draft picks. So I don't know why you don't see Josh. Because either some people are watching on Loon's channel, some people are watching on mine. You know what I mean? So if you're in mine, you're not going to see it. If you're in Loon's, you know, if he's in mine and you're in Loon's, you're not going to see it. If you're in Loon's, you know, vice versa. So, Spytech and Pete will like cornerback Will Johnson a lot at 6 pick. I told y'all, man. I told y'all who I wanted at number 6, man. I already told y'all who I wanted at number 6, bro. I want motherfucking Calvin Banks Jr. Jr. Yeah, I mean, that's who I want. I want that generational talent on the offensive line, man. I want to solidify some blocking up front. Defense is the least of my worries. I'm just being honest with you right now, man. The defense is the least of my worries. This offense, it needs help across the board. You know what I mean? This offense needs help across the board. It ain't just no one position. Now, if we can build an offensive line with a Kelvin Banks Jr., with a JPJ, you know what I mean, with a Glaze, you know what I mean. If we can get motherfucking Parham back in the right position, as I said, I'm telling you, Parham is a better left guard than he is a right guard. If you go back and watch his rookie season to last season where he played on the right and the left, and you see the difference of his play, I'm telling you, Parham belongs on the left side. That's where Parham belongs, on the left side. He plays better over there. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, Nah, you know what? Colton Miller was actually a right tackle in college. So, bro, Colton Miller can go back. Look, that would even be better for Colton Miller to go and play right tackle. You know what I mean? Because he's getting up there in age. They don't really come off the right side as much as, you know what I mean? It's not a blind side. So, you know what I mean? They try to really send a lot of pressure from the blind side of a quarterback. So I honestly think like Colton Miller would do quite well at right tackle. And you let Kelvin Banks Jr. come in and play left tackle. You know what I mean? JPJ at center. Glaze at right guard. And Parham at left guard. I think that's your offensive line right there. You know what I mean? I think that's your offensive line right there. Right there. That's your offensive line. And that's going to get shit done. I guarantee you, you set your offensive line up like that, man, and you get a Tom Cable. Look, a lot of people hate Tom Cable. I don't. I know what Tom Cable is capable of under the right head coach. And trust me when I say, if he's under Pete Carroll, he's gonna do what the fuck he's supposed to do, because he know Pete don't play that shit. Pete here for championships. Cable got a Super Bowl with the Seahawks because he was the offensive line coach. Just saying, you got to remember that's where Cable came from. When we got him, from the Seattle because he had done such a phenomenal job with their offensive line. He actually came here and did pretty good with ours until later in the years. You know what I mean? So, and I even liked him as a head coach because he was cool like that. When he took over as interim. So, I think Tom Cable's been here twice. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's been here twice. You know what I mean? He was here. And then, yep, he went interim and then he left. Or no, he went back to offensive line coach because we got Gruden, right? Yeah, I think he went back to the offensive line coach because we got Gruden. Some shit like that. You know, but I like Tom Cable as an offensive line coach. He gets, hey, Colton Miller was actually doing good under Tom Cable. You know what I mean? He was actually doing good under Tom Cable. I believe Tom Cable was here when we had, you know what I mean, Rodney Hudson and all of them. You know what I mean? He had the O-line looking great, bro. So if we can get a Tom Cable back in here for the oh man, bro, I'm just saying. I'm focused on the offensive side of the ball because we got to put up motherfucking points. We can stop people from putting up points. We've proven that. But we can't put them up. I don't care if he plays guard, if he plays tackle, Artie. That's still who I want at 6, man. That's still who I want at 6. He is a generational talent on the offensive line, bro. They don't make him like him. And I honestly feel like he gonna play he gonna play tackle, bro. Because that man was wrecking shop at Texas. He was wrecking shop, bro. It wasn't too many people getting past him. You know what I mean? It wasn't too many people getting past him. So, you know, it's really not even about that arm length anymore. It's really more about, you know what I mean, the ability to move on them feet, to be so big and be fast enough to get back and slide and move and things of that nature and just be strong. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I seen a gang of motherfuckers with a long reach get knocked out by a short motherfucker with a short reach. You know what I mean? Because sometimes them arms, they get so long, and then I can get in real nice and close with all my power. You know what I mean? So sometimes, having that long reach doesn't really too much pan out all the time. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a motherfucker who's quicker on his feet that can shut it off with his whole body versus a nigga who just got a long arm and that could just reach out and quite possibly get a holding call. Just being honest. Just being honest. Just being honest. That's just how I look at it, man. I'd rather have a guy who could slide over and put his whole body in front of somebody. You know what I mean? He said, if we draft Banks, do you trade Miller or move DJ Glaze to left tackle? No, so I put Banks at left tackle. I put Parham at left guard. I put JPJ at center. I'm putting DJ Glaze at fucking right guard. And I put Colton Miller at right tackle. Or you could flip Glaze and Miller. And if you can trade Miller and get something for it, cool. I'm up for that too. But I think if you play Glaze at the guard and you play Miller at the tackle on the right side, I think you have a really good line for at least 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? And you can actually make an actual legitimate run at a winning season. That's just my thought process, man. But everybody looks at it through a different lens. Everybody has their own focus. They have their own lens. You know what I mean? So that's just how I see it. That's something I think could work. I could be wrong. What do you think of Graham's rehire? I actually like Graham's rehire, man. Continuity on the defense. I think that's something Max Crosby might have asked for too. You know what I mean? And who knows? But at the same time, it tells me a lot. You know what I mean? It tells me a lot about what they think of Patrick Graham's scheme and the way that he runs defense. Because we're talking about Pete Carroll, a defensive mastermind, a defensive genius. You know what I mean? Knows how to elevate the defense. He says, shit, still live. Salute, Dirty. Yeah, I'm here for another 11 minutes. I'm here for another 11 minutes. Just a 1 hour show. But when Pete Carroll was like, yeah, you know what, bring in Patrick Graham. Look, I'm fine with that. Like I said, defense is not my issue. You know what I mean? Defense is not my issue. It's not like when we had Derek Carr and didn't have a fucking defense. And then the defense was my issue there. Now we have a decent defense with a fucking terrible we don't have a fucking quarterback. And you can rant and rave and rah shish boom bah for AOC all you want to. I'm telling you, he's not it. He's just not it. And I've been saying it for a long time. He's not it. He's not the starting guy. He's just not. He's not the guy who's going to take you to the playoffs. He's not the guy who's going to win you a championship. He's not that. He does some good things at times, but he does a lot of bad things as well. So, y'all got it wrong with AOC. I got it wrong with Minshew. Everybody was wrong. Now we need to go and find somebody that can make us all right. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that. I'm more focused on that offense. And yeah, that's where I want to get to. We have 28 of our own free agents, which two? He said we have 28 of our own free agents, which two are your top priority? Shit. It's a long list of people. Let's see. Who are they? Let's find out who they are first of all. Amir Abdullah, Harrison Bryant, Adam Butler, Chaseon. Chaseon is one. I'll definitely say that. He's on that list. I won't give you two. I'll give you my top 10. I'll give you my top 10. Adam Butler, Chaseon, Hobbs, Kuntz, Murray, Spillane. Yep. Yep. Those will be my priorities right there. So if I had to put money on it, who is your opening day starter at quarterback? If I had to put money on it, opening day starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders next year. If I had to put money on it, opening day, I'm gonna say this. I gotta wait to see. Who our offensive coordinator is, man. Tyree Wilson, Kuntz, or Chase Young. Said Kuntz already in. Shit, that's all we need. The whole lot of them can go. If we can keep one, Tyree Wilson, Kuntz, or Chase on. If I can keep one. Tyree Wilson. If I could only keep one, Tyree. But Tyree is not on the list of free agents. So he's going to be here. You know what I mean? He going to be here. So that means I keep Chase Young. Chase Young will be 2. I'm just being honest about that. I like Kuntz, but my problem with Kuntz is Kuntz cannot stay healthy. And everybody who watches my show and knows who I am, bro, I am very big on the same thing as Coach Gruden. You know what I mean? Your best ability is your availability. And I'm gonna just let this be known because maybe a lot of people don't know this. The reason why I like Coach Gruden so much is because we share the same birthday. We share the exact same birthday. He was born on August 17th. I was born on August the 17th. I'm gonna ride with my guy. I don't give a shit what he do. I'm gonna ride with my guy. We birthday bros. So but yeah, I would What up, Bugsy? So what is your second full year evaluation for Tyree Wilson? I actually like the way Tyree played towards the end of this year, man. He's starting to come into his own, man. He's very, very disruptive. Look, it's not always about getting sacks. You know what I mean? Sometimes opening lanes for other people to get shit done. You know what I mean? I like that. So second year evaluate, I like where he's going. You know what I mean? I like where he's going. And I'm being patient enough to see where it ends up. I have a lot. Look, I said this on Ben's show last night. I hope that Tyree Wilson and Max Crosby could be the salt and pepper that I was looking for from Max Crosby and Cleveland Farrell. You know what I mean? I thought that would be a dynamic duo on the outsides. You know what I mean? So I'm looking to see if I could get that from these two paired up. That salt and pepper. You know what I mean? I'm going to come through. I'm going to salt you up. And then Max, you know what I mean? Come through with a little bit of salt and pepper. You know what I mean? Max come with that salt on you. You know what I mean? You got to figure him out. And then, wow, Tyree come with that pepper. Like, put a little spice on it. You know what I mean? So, for me, I like Tyree. I do like Tyree. I like the pick. You know what I mean? I wasn't 100% totally about it because I don't believe in drafting hurt players. But I also said, hey, you got to see what happens. You got to give him 2 years to see what happens. Because, the first year he's coming off that injury. He can't really do a whole lot into it. And this year, like I said, he did good this year. Who was your most disappointing player from last season? Good question. Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew was my most disappointing player from last season. Reason being, he has never had a season like what he had last year. It was his worst season by far as a starter, as a backup, or whatever you can classify him as, man. Last year was his worst season ever. That was my biggest disappointment because I really thought that he could come in here and do something a little bit better. You know what I mean? Because he's a much better quarterback than what was displayed last year. So, yeah, my biggest disappointment was Gardner Minshew. Bugsy said him and Mike Tyson share a birthday. That's right. That's right. He said Tyree is tradable. Yeah, but to who? That's the question you got to ask. He may be tradable, but to who? And what are you going to get in return? Because remember, he was a first-round draft pick. And I don't know if there's going to be any teams out there that's going to give up a first-round draft pick for him. So then you're out one. You know what I mean? Because you kind of got to give up a first round for a first round. Or you at least got to throw in some extras, right? I don't see any teams making that happen. Disagree. I disagree. And I'll tell you what I disagree with. I disagree with the Minshew and the Jones. Zamir and Andre, okay. I'm fine with that. I like the way that JPJ played center. And Zamir White is just a disappointment. I don't know what you can get for Zamir White. You know what I mean? Those are two players I probably just let go. I probably just cut. And Minshew as well. I don't know if there's any teams out there that's willing to trade for Minshew. You know what I mean? So I would probably just, if I'm going in a whole complete different direction, I'll probably let Minshew go. But at the same time, I'd probably keep Minshew. Truthfully, I'd probably keep Minshew under a whole new OC and a better offensive line. I might keep him. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to that hour. You know what I mean? Like I said, I gotta get back to my 2-year-old who's not feeling too well. He's asleep right now, but I don't want to leave him you know, by himself for way too long. Even though he's just over there. But you know, if you're a parent, you know what I mean. If you're a parent, you already know. I mean, I got 5 in front of him, but it still be the same, man. You know what I mean? It's your baby, so I got to go in here and make sure I take care of my baby. You know what I mean? Especially before my wife called, like, man, you know, you've been on here and you ain't went and checked on him, and I'm watching you. And yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, as always, man, 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. You know what I mean? The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated. Um, Thank you for all your thoughts and your opinions. You know what I mean? Your interactions with me. I probably didn't get to everybody's, you know what I mean? But, you know, I answer what pops up and what I can see and what you know what I mean? And I mean no disrespect if I didn't ask or answer your question. I do my best and I try. You know what I mean? But as always, man, like I said, you know, no matter how much it rains, you can never stop the sun from shining. Fuck who hates you, who fucking loves you. Raider Nation, go get your sunshine, man. I'm out. Peace.